What's up, nerds? Doc Overclock with Chaos County Custom Computers here. And today we're playing around with a 1080 Strix. This cool card has been quite a performer. And I somehow keep getting this card back, even though I try to sell this card off or trade it off. I keep getting it back, so that must mean the card wants me to overclock it. And that's definitely something I've been doing. A couple of weeks ago, I put a Corsair H115i AIO on it, and that got us up to clocks. We were booking some pretty good clocks before that, but that got us up to 2202. So this card is now able to achieve 2202 megahertz, which is what we are doing right now. And let me show you the rig real quick. So we're rocking the 1080 Strix, obviously, and it's also in a bucket of ice right now because we're going to get this bad boy cold and see if we can't get better than 2202. And then we're also using an AMD Threadripper 2920X CPU on an Asus ROG X399 board. So, and right now I'm running Firestrike. Firestrike is one of my go-to benchmarks because this is not an RTX card, so we can't run Port Royal. This card can't really run Time Spy Extreme. We will do some Time Spy. Probably I've got a Time Spy baseline, and then we'll see if we can beat that. But again, I mean, like I really like Firestrike, so Firestrike's my jam. It's just good 1080p synthetic benchmark, you know. With every test, we're going to be doing a physics test, which will also stress the CPU, but I have no overclock on the CPU right now. I'm not really going for Firestrike scores. I am going for megahertz on the GPU. I want to see how much we can go. I want to see how far we can go past 2202. So something that has been not really happening, but here's something I've run to. I've gotten the card so cold, and it is such a good performer that in overclock software like GPU Tweak 2, which is what I'm using to overclock this with, I can't use the slider bar for the GPU boost clock any longer because it's maxed out. And I already know we're doing way better than what that maxed out bar can give me. So what I've been doing is going to the user-defined curve, setting it to linear, and then pumping up, you know, my boost clock, basically. I am in no way a professional at this, although I really want to be. So if you have good constructive comments and you do or have a lot more experience overclocking, feel free to constructively comment, but also keep in mind that your mother always taught you, if you have nothing good to say, say nothing at all. So, you know, let's not be a bunch of trolling assholes out there. Not that you guys are, all 11 of you. So anyway, right now in our user-defined setting, we are at 2221 on the high end, and I'm going to take that up. Actually, I'm going to leave that right there because what I was showing you guys before was the manual setting. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. So we are going to take that up. We're going to take that to 2237. Sounds pretty good. Right now we're seeing 5 degrees on the GPU. GPU-Z is telling me my max is 16. I think you guys are going to see, because I've already done a little preliminary testing, I think you guys are going to see there's a point where it just maxes out. You know, like I need more voltage. I need control of the voltage, and I don't think I can get it. But with going on ice, taking it to ice, I have seen some improvement. So And then we're going to run that together and see what's up, because we're at 5 degrees right now, and that is the coldest I've been so far. So let's do that, biz. On the memory clock, we're boosting 620 megahertz. So I'm gonna run that dang on benchmark right there, and also get some more ice. GPU line. I can hear that coil whine. You guys probably can't hear it, but I can hear coil whine. All right, we got through GT1? No, we're doing GT1 now. All right, so this is graphics test 1 we're gonna do. Get cold. All right, 2215. And we're at 16 degrees. So that's pretty rad. Take notes here. So I've got Noctua fans. They're the 120s. I don't know. They have some SKU number. Running one on the VRMs for the board, and then 2 on the other side for the VRM and the memory on the card, because obviously we are without a stock cooler on the card, and the VRMs are exposed. You know, I watch a lot of XOCers do this though, and they go really cold and get really fast speeds, and they're never really too concerned about their VRMs. So I don't know how much of a big deal it is, but I do have cooling on my graphics VRMs, and I hope it helps. I think I need more voltage, man. I think I need to do a voltage mod. I'm trying to get expert opinions on that and figure out if that's what we really need to do. But man, I'd like to learn about it anyway. So I guess destroy a 1080 while I'm at it. I don't know. We're definitely hoping not to destroy anything, because I can't afford it. But I do hunt around and buy a lot of old shit so I can learn how to do this. And man, if anybody's got a 1080 Ti out there, or a pair of them, give me a call. And this is boring. If I'd been cool enough to do a live YouTube video, I would be enjoying the struggle of trying to read your comments on my phone while live streaming and responding to them. And that would help in the dull times. All right, 18.3. You can't write with that. 18.33.8. And that's not the best score I've had yet. So, get in here. Right from all my testing I've done so far, 1620 is the most stable memory clock I've had right now. Again, if you know more than I do and I'm doing it wrong, I was just watching Bearded Hardware. Of course he's on LN2, but he's got memory clocks of 1120 or something like that. Maybe I need to be going the other way. I don't know. I just feel like the memory is what's exposed right now with no kind of cooling on it. I don't know. It's counterintuitive for me to want to jam the memory all the way up with it, just being exposed and hot. So I don't know. Learn. Everything's about learning, right? So we are going to go from 2237 to 2258, just because that's where I clicked. And then let's see where that gets us. Also, now I'm going to turn off the physics test, because we already know what the physics are going to be. The CPU is not being overclocked. The physics test, if you remember, I told you, tests the CPU. So it's not overclocked. It shouldn't be changing. And we're just going to run G1 and G2, GT2, GT1 and GT2, and see what our clocks turn out to be, because that's what we're after right now is clocks. I want to see how high I can get this thing clocked to. Once I figure that out, I can set myself some nice presets in my overclocking software, and then go back and start working on my CPU and go for big scores. Well, mediocre scores compared to all the guys who have 2080 Ti's. Right now we're at 79 degrees on the GPU, which is stellar, and 2240. Yes! Sweet, dude. That's the best score yet. 2240. Nice. Or the best speed yet. In my testing a little bit earlier, I was hitting 2228, and that was the best I could get. So 2240 is baller. I am so stoked about that. That is cool. Let's see if we make it through GT2. We might, after this, we might do some superposition to benchmark, another benchmark superposition. All my local guys in the 417 group definitely are going to want to see me do superposition on this, so I'm going to have to do it. So 2240. I know I've got the on-screen display up here from GPU Tweak. That's probably killing score as well. So again, like I said, as soon as we find what our just bleeding edge is, I'm gonna set that in as a preset. Ah, we crashed because I talked. I should have kept it cold. All right, let's try it cold. Let's try it really, really cold. That's a bummer, dude. Damn. All right, I'm gonna get some ice and I'll be right back. Then we're gonna start that test and get it hot again. So we got up to 16 degrees there. I mean, maybe that was it. Really, Joe Stepanzi encouraged me to just drop this thing on ice. I didn't think it was going to make this much of a difference. I have kind of been pretty big proponent of the fact that I need more voltage. I need access to more voltage. So I've really thought hard about like doing a hard mod or a VBIOS mod, something so I could get to some more voltage. But putting it in the ice bucket has shown some difference, you know. And I mean, that guy obviously knows GPUs better than I do. So we're still at 5 degrees. I'm gonna get a lot more ice and see if I can get colder. See if maybe we can't start out at like 2 or 1 or 0. That's a lot of ice in that bucket. Woo! At this point, I'm also going to take a look at the card for condensation. Which I do have. I've got some shop towels insulating everything over there. I also have a pond pump in the bucket with the GPU. It's just gonna hang out at 5, isn't it? Well, let's run the benchmark again and see if it will hold itself under 14 degrees or at 14 degrees. That's a radiator. It's getting painted. I got some more mods coming. Hopefully cool shit. That's what all these pieces are on my desk. Hopefully it'll be pretty cool. We just had a build featured by InWin. Pretty stoked about that. We did an InWin 101 in purple, white, and light purple, and black. Many purpley colors. It was a really fun build because I actually hydro dipped part of the case. It was a very intensive build. It took a lot of work, but super fun. And yeah, they got featured by InWin, so pretty stoked about that. All right, GT2. How far can we get? At 2240. I mean, I think I need a voltage mod. I don't know, man. I mean, at 14 degrees, you should definitely be doing something cool. Come on, come on. Ah, damn it. So I'm going to try to give it just a little bit more memory clock. GT2 usually fails because, well, I can't really say that, but GT2 is memory clock intensive. Although at 620 I've been running through that. I'm going to learn a lot more about everything, honestly. But the way the GPUs work, like, I mean, I know with a CPU, if you are increasing your base clock, then your memory clock comes up, things like that. But I don't know if it works the same with a GPU. If I am turning up core clocks, do I need a memory clock to match it? So, more studying. We're going to try again there. I definitely have a cold bucket over here that's starting to drip water. And it's not going to be too long. I have shop towels under it, but it's not going to be too long. I'm going to have to get that out. But I don't have standing water anywhere. And I'm not seeing any water on the back of the GPU, although there could be some water on the bolts. So we definitely get through GT1 okay on 2240. If it fails here, we may switch over to superposition and see what we look like on superposition, because I have not made a run on superposition yet at all. So come on, baby. You got it. You got it. You can do it. 12 degrees. You can do it. Come on. 14. You can do it. Come on. Come on. Oh, did the memory help? Did you like that little bit of memory boost? Oh, that's so sweet. We might have a chance, kids. Fuck me running with a chainsaw. All right, so before we switch to superposition, I'm going to back this off a little bit. 2258. Let's get down to, let's try 2242. I hear ice moving. Let's see what 2242 will do. May have shit my bed already, though. I think I need voltage. You know, definitely full of ice down there. And I don't feel like I'm getting any colder than like 5 degrees. Ambient's about 76. And our relative humidity is 49% right now. So at least it's a good day to overclock. In Missouri, at least. But not 80% humidity. And that's likely why I'm not seeing a lot of condensation yet happening. I know the other day it was like about 75-80% humidity, and I was overclocking a 2920. No, I was overclocking a 9900K on ice, and it got scary really fast. There was a lot of water around that blot that I had to get out of the way. And that's the problem when you go below ambient temperature. Condensation. Things start to get moist. So dirty. All right, slamming 2228. That may be our limit. I've already hit 2228. I want more power. I really feel like I need a V-BIOS. I need a new custom V-BIOS that just gives me access to a little bit more voltage. And then that will probably not be enough. And then I'll need a hard mod. But baby steps, right? That's why I'm doing ice right now. Learning. This is learning, people. It's what we call learning. All right, we made it through that. And looks like 16 degrees was our hottest temp. Temps. I'm gonna boost the memory clock a little bit and I'm gonna play with the memory clock. So I'm gonna keep it right there on the GPU, on the core clocks. And let's play with the memory a little bit here. Nope. That was the wrong one. Nice. Get out of here. We're still at 5 degrees. Waiting. This is why so many benchers are usually listening to music or talking about other things or something. See, if I had your comments right now, I could be answering questions. But I'm not doing that. Well, we definitely beat 2202. Not by much. 16 megahertz. I guess if I see how stable memory clocks are, I could still try to... I don't know. I feel like, I mean, like 620 is just... I'm at 630 now, though, so... Or 640? Yeah. So, I don't know. If I get stable memory clocks, and I get them higher, then maybe I can go more on the GPU. Yeah, I actually have done a lot of research on this too. I know, right? It's a very dark art. It's a black art. There are not a lot of people that like to sit and watch a computer crash over and over and over while they pour water or ice or liquid nitrogen into a thing. But there are a few of us that fucking love this. I'm one of them. All right, 2290. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We made it through that. So I'm gonna go ahead and try 660 on the memory. Then I'm gonna run I'm also gonna run the full benchmark too to see to get that was. Let me just write that down. That was 22,989, 21,989. Yeah, on the graphics score. I'm gonna run the whole benchmark and see what's up, and be right back. We are headed into GT2. That's a good sign. A couple of painted things. Things that are painted. Yeah, I had to go check on those. They're the sides to this radiator. It definitely looks like they need to dry a little bit in here, where it's cooler and drier. Probably need to shoot those with another coat tomorrow. And I still don't know if I'm going to like that color. But we'll find out. Definitely not as cool as that copper patina. I still want to do a crazy steampunk build. And I will. Lord, I will. I'm in a beautiful dairy barn. I am in a dairy barn. I was going to show you the dairy barn, but it doesn't look like a dairy barn. So yeah, I guess we can, while this is finishing, go in here a little bit, show more of that again. I really can't see anything I'm doing. But yeah, we're still hitting 2128, and it looks like we're done. So, 18047. Guys, I've hit 18421 on this, and I just don't know how to do that again. I mean, I don't know what it is that I'm not getting right. That's actually more memory clock than what I had on it before. So we're going to go 680 on the memory. And got 2242 set here for the boost. Let's go to 2250. Let's see how that goes. I know I said I wasn't really going for score, but I can't help it. Every time I see a score, I want to beat my score. It's a problem, guys. It is definitely a problem. I got plenty of ice in the bucket right now. So how are you? Really? Well, I hope it gets better. That didn't sound very concerned, did it? That was very unsincere of you, Maple. Yep. 2228. So after this run, let's go. Sorry, jumped out of frame there. After this run, let's go to superposition and see what kind of clock scores we can see over there. Probably same clock scores. Really think I need a voltage mod. I keep saying that. I mean, it's just nerve-wracking, you know? Like, first of all, it's really hard to find a custom V-BIOS that somebody is willing to give up, that, you know, they're not afraid ASUS or EVGA or somebody's going to jump down their throats about. At least for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm not hanging out on the right forums, you know? I don't know. Hard mods are scary as hell because you're going to screw your card up if you're not, you know, pretty good and careful about it. I don't know, man. I might hard mod it tonight. I seriously might, dude. I'm to that point. I want to see the balls this thing has. And I feel like they're there. Really don't want to ruin a good 1080. I know there's a pencil lead method, but I think you need a pencil for that. I don't have any pencils. I do have some wire and a little bit of solder. Liquid metal would work for sure. I know. Got no liquid metal. Trying to think if I had a thermometer I could bust open an old school thermometer, but that probably doesn't work the same way. Man. I mean, it's balling right now. All right, I'm gonna go and take another run with just GT2 and or GT1 and GT2. That's a lower score than I just got. So yeah, let's 2250. Let's see if we can go just a Scotia. Looks like 2256. It's gonna crash, man. So now my new number is 2228. Trying to be 2228. A GPU score or GPU clock. I don't know. Don't think it's gonna do it. Yeah, I really think I need a hard mod of some sort. All right, 2240. Back at 2240. Let's see how we do. Might go ahead and put a little ice in it. Just to see if we can keep it under the 15-degree mark. Does not like 2240. What am I doing wrong? Well, let's see what it does. See what it looks like in superposition, guys. Go ahead and do the 4K optimized. Yeah, I know, I'm quite a conundrum. I 1080p in Firestrike, and then I 4K and whatever. This is just one of the prettiest benchmarks ever, for sure. This is a really cool benchmark. Well, we're hanging out. Definitely seeing 2202 quite a bit. 2215, that's sweet. 2240, good. Memory's at 5348, which on double data rate is going to be 10,700 something, or almost 10,700. So that's pretty stellar. Womp womp, dude. Does not want to do 2240. She doesn't, she's done ski already. It doesn't want to do 2240. Try this real quick. See if we can get the driver to reload. You know, maybe it was a driver was jacked. So this is going to be the same one. Same preset. See if we can make it through. "26 megahertz, man." And like 40 degrees colder. I mean, I had good temps at 2202 on just an AIO. Like, it literally never went over 63 degrees. I don't know. So yeah, gonna start trying to make more videos like this, better ones, hopefully. I do understand I probably need a screen capture card and various other things like that, but you know, if you're always sitting around saying, well, once I get this thing, I'll get started, you're never gonna get shit done. So, gotta get started some way, somehow, and that's what I'm doing. So I'm gonna back it off from 2256 to 2242. And let's see if we can make it through a run now. Which I bet it is, because it's probably going to hit 2228. There's like a stepping, you know, that's happening there. It's like either 2228 or 2240. No matter how much fine tuning I do, it's still, you know, 26 points or whatever. 22 points? 22 megahertz? I do still have my memory clock boosted a little higher than my 620. Set it and forget it. 2228. That number will haunt me for weeks. I mean, there is definitely some cold water in that bucket right now. $22.28's looking like where it's at, dude. That may be as far as she's gone. Now, if it crashes here at any point, then I may want to rethink the memory. I really feel like this is a voltage thing. Just not enough juice happening. And I have it on a 1200 watt power supply, so And I do have separate, I am going off separate 12 volt rails for each of the 6 pin and the 8 pin on this card. They're each coming off a separate 12 volt rail, so they're not on the same rail. So I don't think it's a lack of power delivery. I've got enough power to give it. It's a lack of what the damn manufacturers are letting me pump to this card. Should be able to fry your own gear. You really should. Yeah, I think 2228 is going to make it, and that's going to be where we're at. So we got from 2202 to 2228. Not exactly what I was hoping. Man, I was hoping for like 2300. I'm gonna let it run here, see what our score is. Should be decent. And then I'm gonna get that thing out of ice, 7269. Alrighty. All right, 2228. That's what we got. So, might tinker with it a little bit more here. I'm not getting more than that. I know that already. But I might run a time spy with the increased clocks going on, blah blah blah, and see what our score is there. Nothing to write home about, though. None of this is anything to write home about because it's a 1080. But I'm having fun with this 1080, and that's the point. So I am also going to look up some mods to see if I can get some more voltage. So there you go, guys. Disappointing. That's all right. We'll get it in the next one, man. So thanks, nerds, for hanging out, and see you next time.